The only thing that I think will change media is really nothing to do with what we are good at. Okay. To my mind, the only thing that will really change media is the consumer and how the consumer prefers to consume content tomorrow. It's not as though uh, a specific established form of media will completely dissolve or die. I mean, the radio never replaced the newspaper, and television never replaced radio, right? They just metamorphosed into different forms to become more contextual for the consumer. So today, the consumer listens to radio when he's traveling. Okay. Earlier, we used to listen to radio when we were at home, right? Perhaps, as an example, perhaps that's what's going to happen as far as television is concerned as well, where you will watch video on the go significantly more than you watch video just for leisure and at home. But what that form will be, how that will shape up, and what form of content consumption, therefore, consumers will like, whether people will love to watch 3 hour long movies or people will want a series, episodic series that runs for 600 episodes or throughout the year, or whether they want to kind of, you know, whether demand is for smaller and shorter and more impactful storylines, is all going to depend on how the consumer demands it and how the consumer is ultimately going to react back in terms of what their needs are. And I'll give an example of the American American consumer, right, or the American markets. Just like in India, television soaps series that they run for for long durations, but that's something that's kind of stopped in the U.S. markets for a long time now, and the whole concept of season came into play. The whole concept of finishing a story within the time band that you're watching an episode and not be left hanging for the next episode is something that the consumers in the West demanded, and the producers had to cater to it. And that's how content is reshaping itself. Maybe that's what will happen here. Maybe I want every episode to be over in its cognitive form. Maybe I don't want to be left hanging just because you want me to come and sit in front of the television 8:30 tomorrow again, right? So, to my mind, the one thing that will change the way media companies look at media is really the consumer. And the only other thing that will impact this significantly is technology, because technology is going to empower the consumer, and the consumer is going to enforce his or her choices as far as media consumption is concerned. Everything else is a byproduct.